That's other news, and a 45-year-old man will face a Melbourne court this morning, charged with the attempted murder of a young taxi driver.
Parish Charles was arrested last night, accused of stabbing the 23-year-old cabbie in the early hours of yesterday morning. Meanwhile, more than 1,000 people are staging a rowdy protest in Melbourne city centre, demanding better security for taxi drivers. The demonstrators held a sit-in, disrupting traffic and tram services for several hours.
That demonstration continues. David Lipson, our Sky News Melbourne reporter, joins us from that protest. What's the scene like there at the moment, David?
Well, at the moment, the taxi drivers are still sitting in the main intersection of Flinders and Swanston Street, just opposite Flinders Street Station. It's probably one of the busiest intersections in Melbourne, certainly one of the busiest in the CBD. There's probably about close to 1,000 still sitting down, demanding justice, screaming and shouting, and hoping that they can get some sort of safer measures for taxi drivers. Now, all of the drivers who are here at the moment are basically pretty calm at the moment, but earlier this morning there were some pretty wild scenes, kind of almost absurd scenes when all of the taxi drivers took their shirts off as a display of their passion. It was pretty chilly in Melbourne this morning, and they really wanted to show that they were serious about this. They want the Minister, Lynn Koski, to come down and meet them, but she has said, or her staff have said, that that's just not possible, that there are safety issues with that, and that they will meet with the drivers or representatives for the drivers, but only in Parliament House.
David, exactly what changes in security measures are the cabbies looking for?
Well, one of the things in particular that they're pressing for today is the installation of security screens. Now, this has happened in other states, and it hasn't always been very popular, particularly with the cab drivers. But that is something that they're demanding today. What they're angry about in particular is that a very similar thing happened in August 2006 when an Indian taxi driver was actually killed while he was working. There were similar scales of protest then. What the taxi drivers today are saying is that there just hasn't been any progress in getting any of the measures that they wanted back then implemented now. They say that there's been a lot of talk, but actually no action.